Hey guys, I thought I'd pop on here because I'm doing a deeper analysis on the XRP price chart, so I thought I would share it with y'all. Share the value. All right, so I'm comparing to, the price we're at now, the price action over here with this God candle there. It's a little hard to see it, but to back here in 2017 on the XRP price chart, because based on technical analysis with me and my colleagues who are seeing similar price action. So this is the best case scenario. But look at this, where we are at right now is almost exactly the same price level where this particular candle on December 11th of 2017, where this particular candle ended the week. So could we be at the similar, could we end the week at the same place that this candle did back here and be repeating a similar pattern? Very interesting. So how many candles did we see on the way up here? Bear with me, this was also when Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. So I'm not necessarily saying we're gonna do this again, but we could be seeing similar type of price movements, not necessarily the same exact percentage, but similar price action. Because this, we went up 1,350%. I'm not saying we're gonna do that again, but if we did, that would be the best case scenario, probably. All right, how many weeks did it take to go up? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 weekly candles, and we hit the top. 4 weekly candles, that's only 1 month. When did we get this last candle? July 14th, was it? I'll have to look at the daily. So if it was July 14th, then we have till mid-August to complete this move up. So it could be August 14th or August 15th, something around there. Yeah, so that's interesting. I know many people that are bullish. I know some people who are bearish, who are thinking of selling. And that's very interesting because they're thinking that the smart money they're thinking is going to dump on retail, or at least one guy. He's actually a very successful investor. One of my colleagues, very successful. His original strategy was that when Ripple wins the lawsuit, he was planning to sell because he predicts that is when the big money is going to plan to dump on retail, because the dumb money is going to run in and try to buy this. And so that could be an opportunity for the big money to dump on retail. I'm just putting it out there. That is a possible scenario. So this is not easy to predict, but I'm just going to focus as best as I can on the charts here. So what we see here is 4 weeks moving up to the peak. So perhaps what I'm thinking is perhaps it would be a good idea to wait a month and just kind of see how this plays out, because I'm already in a good position. I already bought a bunch of XRP, and I don't need to necessarily buy more. However, I might do that if we get perhaps if we move into the 60-cent range, I would consider potentially buying more. And then, so I looked at so that the best case scenario, 4 weeks up when we hit the peak, and that could be actually a good selling opportunity for me. That's what I'm thinking. I have to say, it's not financial advice. You have to make your own decisions with your strategy. But in the worst case scenario, what if it's just a candle that goes up and then we're just heading back down? That's the worst case scenario. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But just to look at it, previous price action, this is 192% up, and I measured that it was 20% down. So we hit the peak and then we went 27% down. In this case, we had 2 candles. Maybe I'll make this bigger so y'all can see. This is obviously the weekly candles. So in this case, we had 2 candles. Overall, with those 2 candles, so that was about 14 days. Similarly, we're 197% up, and then about 23% down. So we're seeing kind of a similar theme here. Now, I also made this trend line here. Look at this. This major trend line. And it's interesting that a few days ago when we got this God candle, we did not hit this trend line. But we are hanging out at this trend line. Look at that, almost exactly. We're hanging out on the lower trend line there. So the trend line's at about 73 and we're hanging out at 71 and a half. Very close. So perhaps could be good to predict that we could be closing the week in a few more days around this area, 73. And I'm going to keep a close eye on this over the coming weeks, because next week on July 17th, we'll see where this weekly candle closed. And then it'll be very interesting to see what we do next. If we just continue hanging out here, if we go down, and then if we go past this trend line and we hang out up here, that's very bullish, whether it's next week or the week after. Perhaps we could go a little bit down. But once we go through here, that could actually, I would actually personally be thinking about buying, because once we get through here, we could be heading up more. We do have more resistance at this line here at 75 cents, and then we have more resistance at 85. So we'll have to see if we can get through these levels of resistance, and then if we, let me draw this out. Let me zoom in. So hopefully you can see this. So if we hang out down here and then we go through this trend line, then that's really bullish. Maybe we get rejected by this level of resistance, and then maybe we bounce off of this. If we get through this level of resistance, that's very bullish. Shoot, I just drew a weird line there, but we'll just keep going with it. And then if we go through this level of resistance, that's super bullish. And then we have this level of resistance with this trend line. Maybe we bounce off of there. And then if we get through that, then that is very bullish. So if we can get through all these levels of resistance, we have this blue trend line, then we have this ceiling that could then become the floor. Then we have this resistance at 85, and then we have this second blue line of resistance. If we get through that one, then that's extremely bullish. That's very, very bullish. So that'll be very interesting. We have about a month. Okay, we have about until mid-August to see how this plays out. If we just keep hanging out below these levels, if we keep hanging out below this trend line, if we just hang out around here and we just keep going lower and lower, then that's very bearish. Then we could see market slowdown. I would like to see us get through this level of resistance, or this trend line right here. I would like to see us get through there next week. So that would be by before July 24, or by July 24, or around there. I would like to see us get through at least this trend line here and see us heading up. So we have, how many days is that? Like 8 days. Yeah, we have about 8 days. So that'll be very interesting because we have this opportunity to get into a very, very, very bullish scenario. I'd just like to see the chart capitalize on that with the price action. So that's what I'm thinking. What are y'all thinking, guys? Let me know your thoughts. In a very bullish case scenario, me and my colleagues are thinking $1.68 could be profit-taking opportunity if we get up to there. That's a very bullish case right there. We also have some levels of resistance around $1.22. So I'll keep you all updated, guys. It'll be very interesting how this pans out over the next 7 or 8 days. So let me know in the comments what y'all are thinking, and definitely like and subscribe to this video, YouTube channel. Check out my other videos. I also look a lot into the Bitcoin astrology. That's what we do here. But of course, today was more technical analysis, since XRP is the main event right now. So I'm excited to be looking more into this XRP situation here in the price action. So I will see you on the next video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one. Peace.